to the Holy Yogi, where we help you find the guru inside of you. Hello, beautiful. Hello, handsome. How you doing today? And if no one has told you today that they love you, mwah, let me be the first. I love you, 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 I love you. I love each and every single one of you. Because why? Love makes the world go round and round and round. And love is the greatest medicine of them all. Hey, Valentine's Day is tomorrow, so happy Valentine's Day to each and every single one of you. But we know love is an everyday thing. And today, we're going to have the second day of our series on how to become a psychic. You can call it how to become clairvoyant. And that is what we're going to tap into today. I'm going to show you the necessary tools in order to be able to build your psychic power abilities. So I want you to come on down here. We're going to take it down to the ground, okay? And I'm going to share with you in a nutshell. I've already saged the whole entire, room area. Even I saged myself, and I also saged, my son who's videotaping today, because what you want to do is sage, basically coming from the Native American heritage of, in a nutshell, being able to clear the vibrational frequency of all negative energy that may be surrounding you. So we got to get in a place of light, positivity, and total love. And these are some of the tools that we do in order to shift, change the vibrational frequency, so we can bring that vibrational frequency up very high, up to the level of getting to the extra sensory perception, ESP as we say. That sixth sense as you know it as the female intuition. For men, is that gut feeling that they tend to get, okay? And to tap into the spirit inside of us. In order to do that, like I explained yesterday, what we have to do is build what? Our spiritual muscle and our psychic muscle in order to be able to do that. They kind of go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. They're all intertwined because we're what? Spiritual beings. And we need to focus on that, concentrate on that. And by concentrating on that and building up that energy, we'll be of that vibrational frequency in order to receive the blessings from the omnipotent force, the almighty great spirit, so that now we are transcending beyond the five senses: feeling, tasting, smelling, hearing, and seeing. Okay? Now we got that sixth sense of the intuitiveness, of being able to see with the third eye. Okay? So, now with that in mind, what we're going to do is I'm going to share with you the 3 tools that I've used in order to build our psychic muscle. Okay? All right, so one of the things, and what you can do, these tools that I'm sharing with you, I have another video that I'm going to try to leave in the description area that you can get access to. But let's answer the first question that I asked you yesterday. Who is more spiritual? Are men more spiritual by nature and instincts? Or are women more spiritual by nature or instincts? Who do you think has the natural ability to be intuitive? Those of you who have said women, you are absolutely correct. The truth of the matter is that women are more intuitive than men. Real simple, the reason why. In the Bible it said you were created in the likeness of image of God. Created. We're in the creation business. Life comes through a woman first and foremost. You look at the animal, friends. You see it coming through the female essence of coming through that. And when you're in the position of co-creating with God and bringing life into the world, that is the job of the womb man. And if you really see it in the word woman, the woman comes before the man part. Real simple. And also in simple biology, believe it or not, life, when the sex of a child is first a female sex before it becomes a male sex in the body as far as basic biology. So those are just natural life clues and realities that life comes to women first. And because of that intuitive ability, if you think about it, we tend to connect with the higher source in order to be able to be in that realm of the all-omnipotent force of creation. To this very day, you can't get a man on the moon. You can't get a man to become president of the United States. You can't get a man to run the corporate offices of you name whatever business and corporation that's in existence without what? A woman. It can't get any clearer than that. And also, when you look at the spiritual principles of God, God is what? Love, compassion, forgiveness, giving, sacrifice. All the feminine principles that mothers have. And to this day, when you watch a football game, who do they think first and foremost? Mom. Because if anybody's a sacrificial lamb, if anybody's a giver without expecting anything in return, the true understanding of the principles of the godly nature, it comes through women. And we're excited about this information because I want women to basically take back their power and know that they are equally in ancient African Kemetic philosophies. The relationship between the man and the woman, the yin and the yang, as far as East Indian philosophy, yin, the yang, is the balance, is the equality. On the throne, it was the king and the queen at an equal level. There was no superiority. There was no inferiority. They were one in the same in equality. And that's what we need to learn how to do. It's called balance. It's called reciprocity. It's called harmony. And that's what we got to get back into, the level of that. We are truly equal. Now, it ebbs and it flows naturally because certain principles are heightened in men than they are in women, and vice versa. Certain principles in women are heightened in men. So women have the ability to be able to walk and chew gum and do a whole lot of things. You've heard about the female intuition has been always established with women first and foremost because of our connection. You look at all the spiritual churches, shrines, synagogues, all of them are more populated with women because women have a natural affinity to the all-knowing omnipotent force, just an experience of bringing life into this world. We make that connection a lot quicker, sooner, and faster. So that's the thing I really wanted to hit home to too, because people wanted to know, can you develop your psychic ability instantly? And you can develop your psychic ability instantly. Particularly women have the ability to do that because we're immediately connected to that omnipotent force. So like when my son was learning how to use the pendulum, so let's begin. We started out, and I'm gonna begin with the pendulum. I really like the pendulum because the pendulum really helps you really connect with it from the force that's coming out of your body. And as you are touching the pendulum, the quartz pendulum, what I want you to do before I go a step further, because all I'm doing is introducing you to these tools, but these are the things that you want to learn how to hone. So go look at the video on how to do pendulum readings, how to find your yes, your no, and your neutral. But these are one of the things that you can tap into in order to build that within inside of you. Because inside of each and every single one of us is the answers to every single question that we have. So now, in order to be able to do that, I'm just going to right now show you my yes. And as you can see, the pendulum is moving. Look at the top of my hand. That's not moving, but you see the pendulum moving. And it's showing you my yes. And it's going into a clockwise formation. Now, your yes may be a counterclockwise formation, but the key thing you must do is study that video that I'm going to leave in the description area on how to do pendulum readings for beginners, okay? But these are one of the things that will help you will hone into. And one of the things that's really good about building your pendulum, because when I first started using the pendulum, let's just say it wouldn't budge because I was not in the vibrational frequency, and how I got it to budge, how I got it to move, how I got it to be able to tap into my energetic frequency is that I practice and I studied. Just like you see Michael Jordan. Nobody questions Michael Jordan as to why he sits out there and he shoots the hoop for 2,000 times in a day, or when Larry Bird used to do the same thing at 6 o'clock in the morning, shoot the hoop in a basket, 1,000 times before he went to school. That's the same thing what you got to do with your spiritual muscle. 1,000 times, 1,000 times, 1,000 times in prayer and in meditation in order to build your spiritual muscle. So this is the first way that you can start activating and seeing the power of your spirituality in the physical by doing pendulum readings and analysis, okay? The second tool that I've used, and I've been using this for about 20, 30 years now, is my wonderful cowrie shells. It's from the Yoruba philosophy, okay? Voodoo, Voodoo, as you may know it, coming from Africa. And so these are cowrie shells that are used from the ocean and sea where life began and where it formulated. If you notice that inside, once again, we're going to get back to women, inside the womb of the woman, when she is carrying her baby, it's the same salt water, the same composition as the ocean. Our body is 75% water. The earth is 75% water. As outside, also inside intuitively. So we tap into the cowrie shells in order to basically use this to once again find our yes and our no, and also to handle all of our life situations and circumstances. So do me a favor, in the description below, how to use cowrie shells readings for beginners is available to you also. Okay, so check that out. Matter of fact, that's my top #1 most viewed popular video, and you'll learn how to use cowrie shells in order to do readings. Now, I will admit I only have one video for each and every single one of these, but I will be doing more videos in the future for greater training on how to use these cowrie shells in order to build your develop your psychic ability. Okay, so we have the cowrie shells here, we have the pendulum here. You can do pendulum readings here, you can do cowrie shell readings and analysis for the both of them, okay? Another one of my favorite ones, these are the 3 that I've done to really hone it in, are medicine cards. I absolutely, as you can see, these are totally worn out. I've had the cards in the book for, oh my goodness, at least 20, 30 years. I was looking back recently. I know it has been 30 years. I know I got these like in the 70s or early 80s. But in a nutshell, doing Native American medicine card readings, coming from all of these cultures. The beginning of civilization, everybody comes from Africa. All of these cultures, all of these spiritual philosophies are transcendence of all of the cultures that we have and throughout the whole world. I don't have tarot cards here because I just personally didn't have an affinity for those cards, but you can also use those healing reading cards also. Also, I do the kinesiology, it's also muscle testing. I'm also able to look at someone's face and do face readings, okay? Color therapy is an option out there for you also, okay? Crystal readings are an option out there for you also. So there are various types of spiritual arts that you can tap into to help build your psychic ability. So the medicine cards, I absolutely adore them because they come from great spirit, and what I really like about them, because it's teaching us, you and me, how to honor and respect our animal friends and teach them more like equality. Unfortunately, in the Bible it says you have dominion over. No, ladies and gentlemen, we have dominion over nothing, nothing. We are in equal unison with our animal friends. Matter of fact, our animal friends have taught us. You know, for instance, we knew based upon what they would eat, what type of foods were good to eat to sustain our body, and also what type of herbs that were good to use in order to heal our body. I mean, they gave us direction. Also, the buffalo was known as a wonderful animal friend that would sacrifice its life for us for shelter. We use its skin for the shelter. We would use its body for food. And also we would use its body also for clothing on our body. It was completely all purpose. And I'll share this story with you because it has such a spiritual impaction upon me and respect, is that we used to go and we used to pray to the buffalo to lay its body down, to sacrifice its life so that we could sustain our lives. And you want to know how difficult it is to catch a buffalo? Need I say anymore? And the buffalo would do so, sacrifice its life to sustain our life here on this earth via Native American folklore and also history. So I want you to understand that I've chosen all of these things because, once again, all of these things come from what? Even the drum. The drum, we used to speak here in America. We used to communicate with the drum. That's why I have the drum here also. The drum was the heartbeat of the soul. And we used to drum during the time of slavery to communicate with the other tribes and other plantations, to give them directions of when we were going to leave and escape to our freedom here in the US of A. So this drum is actually from Africa. And if you look at it, if you notice, we have air, water, fire, and as you can see from the smoke from the sage, we have the ethers available to us, all the forces surrounding us. And if you notice, we would have greater respect for the ecological system, we would have greater respect for the Green Deal and Mother Earth, because all of these things are a compartment of Earth. Ocean, water, fire, crystal, as you can see, all the light we use in order to join into unison. So that's the key thing. How to become clairvoyant. You have to put in place these wonderful spiritual tools, psychic tools, in order to build your psychic powers inside of you. So you use these, learn how to use these healing arts, practice them, and then your vibrational frequency of your psychic ability will arise. That's it for today. Be here tomorrow, and we're going to take you to the next level on how to become more psychic, how to become more clairvoyant, how to become a psychic medium. But as we discussed before, you already have it. Remember, number one, you have to believe that you are psychic, that you're a God, goddess within inside of you. Number two, what you want to do, you want to make sure that you're diving into, we want to talk about water tomorrow, that you dive into the water that you're eating, you're drinking, the food that you're eating that is of the pure, clear essence. Remember, unfortunately, no meat. You want to become vegan? I know that's a challenge out there for most of you out there, but that is to bring our vibrational frequency up to the highest of heights. And last but not least, number three, what you're going to want to do is you gotta be about it. You gotta chant, you gotta pray about it, you gotta meditate about it, you gotta affirm about it, you gotta visualize it. And all of these tools that I just now shared with you, as you bring it into the physical, is going to help you bring it to the level. Whereas guess what? Elan doesn't use any of this anymore. She doesn't need to use it because she built up a spiritual tool to the point where, as she knows, as soon as she goes out into the world, what is good, what is bad, and what is neutral, just by your body becomes the pendulum. Hetapu. Peace. Namaste, everyone. But before we go, because I forgot to mention it in the beginning, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe. And when you subscribe, hit that notification button so you get clued in on tomorrow's wonderful continuation on how to tap in the guru inside of you, the psychic inside of you, the yogi inside of you. I see you tomorrow. Peace, everybody.